It's actually so sad how other countries treat us just because of our passports. Just because you hold a Kenyan passport, like me for example, or just because you hold an African passport. You know, people treat you totally as shitholes. Watch the video and understand why, you know. Yeah, it really pains me a lot. It pains me a lot. And I have to stand for this, I have to talk about this, so that we can shame out those countries that still are super racist in their migration policies and everything, man. We just have to say that. I'm in Cuba.
All I need is you, baby, baby.
Yo, can you see me? Sorry, it's 7:53. It's around 8. It's around 8 p.m. Yeah, around 8 p.m. So actually, I'm vlogging from. Let me see. Let me check my passport. I'm gonna explain why I need to change my Kenyan passport. Actually, many of you are maybe new subscribers, don't know who this guy is. They'll be like, what the fuck is this guy? Sorry for using that word. So my name is Marwa. I record my name like everywhere. That's actually my name, and I'm from Kenya. I've been to Mexico, I've been to Panama, I've been to Colombia. I've lived in Colombia for 2 years, and this is Cuba, where I am right now, where I'm filming this video from. I'm gonna tell you why I wanna change my Kenyan passport to another country. So man, I've been traveling around the world now, and I have totally good experience on travel. People will be like, what the fuck, how many countries have you been? I don't know why nowadays I use that word, the F word. I have no idea. I totally maybe think because I travel a lot and many people we travel with like talk and speak that word. I think like I'm adapting it like slowly, you know. But man, I look happy, but I'm not happy because I feel like I want to change my nationality. Not because I want to, but because man, there's a lot of discrimination and a lot of segregation out here. When you travel as a black guy, not just as a black guy, any person from Africa, people look at you in a very different way. People look at you like you're running away from home, you know, running away like literally. Even other people call us shitholes, you know, and because of that, every country does not want us. Not because we steal, not because we rob. People think we have more problems to take to their countries, and that's why I want to change my Kenyan passport. As a black traveler, when I travel all the time and I pass through the immigration, I see people look at my passport. Let's say the flight attendant or somebody else looks at just my passport and I see them do this. Yeah, what does that mean? Those people call another person. Let's say this was like an immigration officer who was supposed to stamp my passport. But once he sees my passport, like Kenya, and he sees like this is from Africa, he calls another officer like, hey, come here. Even before like opening my papers or anything, he shows them like the name of my passport. And yeah, the sun is gone. And the question goes like, should I stamp this? Or you see them like walk aside and like discuss and be like, they start now asking you questions. Do you have money to travel? How do you make money? Where are you going? How many days will you stay here? And where did you get your visa from? And remember, everything is detailed here, and it's really sad, especially when you're traveling. and you have like other friends from other countries, and all you see, let's say somebody's from England, and all you see is like they have their passports and they stamp and they pass. But for you, they take nearly a half an hour just like clearing you off at the immigration. I feel sad, it's getting dark, and you can't see my face. But man, let's just talk about this, man. What are our presidents doing? Can't we also, like, we as Africans, like, come together and feel like, no, this is wrong, this is segregation, and we stand against it? Like right here in Cuba, actually my life has been so hard in Cuba, super hard. I hope you guys check my other videos about Cuba and you see what I mean. So actually here in Cuba, like a day ago, somebody called me, and I was like, somebody called where I lived, and when they asked about me, and they were immigration officers, and they came visiting me, asking me where your flight tickets. And I always carry these things, man. Like I always do everything. Like when I travel, I have my flight ticket in the country, out of the country. I have my passports ready, I have my visas ready, I have everything, man. Like everything like somebody needs, you know, to travel. But at the same time, these people follow me and like, show us where you living, show us man, what's your, like right now, today as I make this video, I had to go and meet the immigration officers at their office, because yesterday they were at my place and they said I have to be reporting on their offices until I leave. I have 3 days left here in Cuba. Apart from that, in Mexico, when I came from Colombia and I was going to Mexico, the immigration officer took like 15 minutes to clear me, man. 15 good minutes. And it's funny because on the plane I had friends from like other countries, you know, other countries like let's say France or England, and they never had this problem. Like they just passed, even they didn't ask them for money, like where you staying, directions. But for me, I was put there like for 7, man, it's really sad. And that's why I feel like it's time maybe I changed my visa, you know, not my visa, sorry, my passports, you know. Yeah, because I feel like it's so hard, man. It's really hard. And you can imagine even before, those are just immigration officers, and you can imagine before even finding those like visas. So going to the office, they have to ask you, what is your job, what do you do? Man, I'm a blogger, trust me. I live by YouTube. Like YouTube takes me places. YouTube, like I do everything, man. I support my family when I can, or when my mom asks for support, or when my sister says, hey bro, do something, I do it totally because of YouTube. And man, I'm grateful for that. And the funny thing is, I have money to travel, but I can't travel because people are racist. Like everywhere I go, man, people look at me and say, what? People look at me and say, hey, where you from? I'm like, I'm from Kenya. And they be like, wow, that is sick. That's how people respond to me, like, that's sick. People are not used, man. And it's time I challenge our governments, like African governments. It's time you stood up for this, man. It's time you also, we let people come to our country very easily, but we can't go to their countries, man. Like, that's so fucked up, you know. And we always there like smiling and saying we have good relationship with these countries, but when we go, like for example Cuba, it's man, my life has been so difficult here, like super difficult, like super difficult. No internet, nothing. Like man, I have like, even if I buy internet, I have to pay double for the vendors in the streets. Let's say the internet card is like 5 hours for $5. I have to pay double, you know. And still, our government takes doctors from Cuba and takes them back to Kenya. I just don't have a problem with Cuba. It's everywhere I go, man. It's just not Cuba. It's like everywhere. People just look at your passport and they see Kenya and they ask, where you from? And you say, Africa. And they be like, so, wait. So they have to go and call the boss, talk to the boss, ask the boss questions. And you know, even the last time I was going into Mexico, I had to look at this officer in his eyes and say, oh my God. When he realized I said those words, that's when he stamped my passport. Like, that's when he gave me the entry stamp, man. So I've been considering other countries. I don't know, man, but I think I need to change this because just having an African passport or a Kenyan passport is super hard to travel. Yeah, I know maybe you guys, maybe some other guys have traveled around the world, maybe from Africa, but I don't think you pass through what I passed through. And maybe your dads are maybe dignitaries from Kenya, or not just Kenya, like other parts of Africa. Your dad are business guys, you know, like you don't have to struggle to look for visas on your own. Because for me, I do this on my own. I go to the embassies on my own. I pay fees on my own. I book flights on my own. I do everything like on my own. And I don't have somebody like to call, to connect, to do this, you know, like you have to know somebody. I just travel alone, and I believe I can travel because why is it that some other people can travel and others we can't, just because where we come from, or maybe because you are black, people look at you and be like, this guy. So like today I have to report, like I have to report every day to the immigration. Why should I do that? Why? And I just realized that should be just happening because I'm from Africa, you know, because I'm very sure if I was from England or any other place, they won't do that shit, you know. They won't do it. They won't do it, you know. They won't do it. You know, we know, they know, they won't do it. So guys, I'm so frustrated, man. I'm so frustrated as a Kenyan young YouTuber, as a black YouTuber trying to travel around the world, trying to show people, man. I really inspire a lot of people, not just my race, not just black. I inspire people. Like my videos are watched everywhere, like from Thailand, from Asia, from Japan, from China, from the US, from the UK, everywhere, like Africa, everywhere, everybody, everywhere. People watch my videos and they reach out and say, man, thank you, you made that video, it helped me a lot, it inspired me. But why, man? Why? Yeah, and I post this to the governments in Africa. Let's not be shitholes, you know. Like it's easy for other people to do business or to come to our countries, but it's not easy for us to travel to their countries. They look at you and try to discriminate you. That's totally discrimination. It's not even segregation. That's discrimination and racism. Yeah, we just need to put some rules for us. We just have to do that, man. We just have to do that. We just have to do that to defend our passports. Yeah. I don't know, but I think we just have to do that. And shame on you, those countries that always see us in terms of race. Shame on you for those countries who always think like they still live in the past. Like they see, like if you speak like English, they look at you, they'll be like, whoa, so your country people speak English? And that's an immigration officer asking you that. And sometimes you look at them, you'll be like, fuck this boy. Maybe I make more money than you, you know? Yeah, and I have to say, man, thank you for YouTube, because YouTube has given me personally this opportunity to travel around the world and to show people many things about my YouTube channel. Man, I inspire lots of young single guys, and not just young single guys, but everybody, especially people who watch me. I really inspire people, and if it's your first time to discover this YouTube channel, just subscribe for more, man. We're here to kick people's assets. But man, I just don't want to make this video look like a joke. I just still want to insist, man. Those are the reasons why I need to change my Kenyan passport. Yeah, I just need to change this for the better. If my government can't just fight for this passport and make it like strong, you know what we mean? Yeah. Japanese can come to Kenya, but for you as a Kenyan to go to Japan, even just as a tourist, you can't. People have those stereotypes, like you running away from home, you taking trouble to their country, you poor, you can't even solve your problems. You know, people look at you in that perspective. And man, I've traveled, and that's all I face every day here. Man, I'm gonna just stop this and say, shame on you to those countries who always try to put the racist card on us, especially to black travelers. And also, man, if you're in a position in a country, you're watching this video and maybe you're an immigration officer, man, it's time you change your attitude, man. It's time, man. So guys, suggest countries that I should change my passport to in the comments below. I'll see you in my next one. But I love Kenya, man. I love Kenya, you know. It's my country. I'm so proud of it. See that? That's Kenya. I go with it everywhere, man. I'm so proud of it.